What's up, geeks and gamers? My name is Drementfh, and welcome to Thorium Gaming, and it's time to hop back into the Eternal Empire, our efforts to bring the entirety of the old world under the forces of order. And we've been doing a pretty good job of it. We've been bashing them up north, bashing them in the east. Our dwarven allies are starting to steamroll. We gotta start looking at what we're gonna do with Khemri, though. We do have forces going up through the Orcish Empire, if we're looking at the map in the top right here. Yeah, we're kind of pushing up through here. But this entire light blue section down here is Khemri. We're gonna have to deal with them soon. We do have a few little outposts down here, but it's not enough. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to push up this way, north with the forces we have there, crush him from here. And once our forces are all basically centered here and wiping out the forces of chaos, we'll send a task force to the east to deal with the forces of Jar and all of the forces of chaos that are up here. We'll try and get in good with the northern provinces and the western provinces. And then we will send troops down to deal with Khemri. And the entire east will be under, basically, force of order control.
To the provinces?
Oh, would you look at that. Yuya has leveled up, so let's go in and see his things. Flamestorm is good. We'll get him earthing next round. We're not going to be overcasting much right now. But if we can get to Karak Ungor and push down this way, because we're probably going to lose Khazid Irkulaz. I don't think we'll be able to hold out that long. We might, you never know. We'll see. As far as our technology goes, there's not a lot that we need. We have a lot of money though, so we can start doing these ones. Let's get Master of the Phoenix King and link up with the elves a little bit better.
The old foe.
We'll check our diplomacy while we have a second. Military alliance with the Attain.
Now that you are here, I will hear. Very well.
That brings us back up by a couple of grand. Which definitely helps us out. Hexawaddle is going to be the one that's going to be the longest one to get on board. I don't really like anybody outside of the Lizardmen themselves. So, Boris Toddbringer, I believe we were sending you into the Great Maw, and then having Cloud back you up.
My lord.
Because this is all the western provinces and northern provinces territory here. We're actually on the border of Grand Cathay for a change. So let's just send
To strengthen the empire.
what should be Field Marshal Toddbringer at this point.
Raise
We'll get you
your
to
weapons.
encircle. Try to get your backup in range of you.
To strengthen the empire.
And then over here, we're going to do something similar with Volkmar the Grim.
Instrument of Sigmar's will.
I actually like Balthazar Gelt as a hero and a lord more than I like Volkmar the Grim, so we're going to make him the primary on this.
By the common.
And we'll encircle there. Of course, there's no enemy lords involved here, so it's going to be quick and easy.
Very well. I shall be victorious.
And what we may end up doing, depending on where these dwarven armies go, they've got a lot of fighting to do out here. A couple of Wa armies. Not exactly the greatest. And we're going to throw our speed and strider onto the knights that are in there. Just decisive this, because there's no enemy lords. Take it over. White Cloak of Ulrich and a Vagabond, which is good. And his Gold Wizard? Yes, it's a Gold Wizard. Has leveled up, so... Trying to see if there's any of these that I've missed. It doesn't really seem to be... Oh, there, Glittering Robe. I go to speak, and I show that I don't know what I'm talking about. We got Mentor for Gelt. Mentor for his Gold Wizard. And we will take over the Maw Gate.
Sigma's right.
And keep pushing. Now, this is going to do us much good for right now, but the more we take out the innermost workings of the Orcish Empire, the more we're going to deny them funds to continue their war against the Dawi and our other allies.
Engineer.
Now up here we have a unique situation that we can't really turn away from. We have the forces here to push east and west, but we got Archaon the Everchosen, and I think that's their Demon Prince? No, it's not. We have a lot of their forces to deal with over here. There's Samuel Doombringer. Franz and his army had to deal with him. It was a heroic victory. we just gotta wipe out the forces of chaos that are here, and we already have some troopers heading east. So what I think we're gonna do right now is just move Marius Lightdorf up to go take Tribe Slaughter. So we still hold on to Carrick Black, which is good. Not exactly perfect for us right now, but it works. And then we're going to go to France, and that's level 50. That should be the last rank in Mentor. Of course, these guys have some levels as well. And for our Mechanist here, oh, he didn't get the last point in Survivalist for a while. That's good.
Yes, to unite
Oh,
the
our
provinces.
Wizard actually gained 2 points. So, last rank in Specialist. That pretty much caps him out with everything.
The Empire.
And now, we gotta injure him and take him out of the fight for a little bit. Now, normally, Lord versus Lord, but it's just the Lord. It's just gonna be Franz fighting him. It's not a big deal. Wipe him out.
Ready.
Pop Franz into camp stance. And do we make a beeline for the Withering Fortress? I'll head this way. We can get the Burning Monolith and start getting it on board. Unless the Festerlung is ours. All we need right now is to catch Archaon and the Dark Elf army under Burskon.
Imperial Scholar.
Unawares.
Praise Sigma. This will bolster the nation.
Elspeth von Draken, wielder of the Pale Scythe.
We're just going to
Their end
siege
is
that so we can
inevitable.
move the reinforcements
Sigma's
under
right.
our buddy
En
boy
marche.
here up a little bit and get them in. We're going to go into this fight because there's enemy lords and we've got lords, so it's more than just smashing down the rogue demon prince as he's out on the field. And now we have 2 Amethyst Hellstorm rocket batteries that, yeah, well, it's not going to end well for you guys because that's going to be a lot of missiles coming in. I get Bruckner and his boys to take down one of the gates, and I think we're going to shift to the west on this, start our fighting here, and then our reinforcements can split between the two, reinforce through here, and then do another little sally in here. Should work out pretty well. Feral Manticores don't really worry me too much. It's the rest of the Warhost of the Apocalypse that's in here that's kind of distressing. I don't think we'll be winning through command points on this, though I have been fighting a lot more siege battles in here, and it's been more and more prevalent to spread your forces out really well, like do 3 units here, 3 units here, 3 units there, and pop up on the walls. Because then you got fighting all over the place, and they seem more like chaotic siege battles than they do just, you know, break down the walls and everything's there, so you kill it all and you win before you can even touch the command points. So maybe the thing to do if you're doing for more of a thematic or cinematic experience on these is just spread you guys out a little bit. Go in, have some fun that way. I still can't believe we have almost 200 winds of magic ready to drop down. Elspeth and Ulrika can do some massive damage with that amount of power reserve. Alright, so
Move as one! Form up! Move as one!
Bruckner,
Form up!
and we're going to crash through on this side. Now, Bruckner's unit, we want to go basically right in front of the gate because they're going to be going towards it right away. We're going to set up our cannon to help them in that process, which means our engineer needs to be there.
Forged for battle.
And then set up our Hellstorm rocket batteries. Is it Hellstorm? Yes, Hellstorm. Right there. And then we'll just do the same thing we normally do with all of our gunners. And then we're going to immediately pause and have the cannon shoot the gate. We'll advance. Ulrika and Elspeth right now. Advance our infantry to line up there, because they only have the towers to shoot at us, and we only have 2 of those here. We'll get the rest of our gunners up. Our Hawkland long rifles should already be able to shoot. So we'll let that go.
These helpless fools will soon cower in fear. For who could stand against the oncoming tide of death itself?
Alright, so the Pit of Shades went off pretty well.
Shadows at my call. By the amethyst wind.
Ulrika pretty much wiped out an entire unit
Feel the cold
by
hand
herself.
of death. To the foe. The Dark Lady
Let's
of
grab
Nome.
Elspeth.
Elspeth von Draken.
Alright, the gates are open. So let's send Bruckner and his boys in. Essentially, at this point, if anything pops up onto the walls, it dies. And there's Static Lure and the rest of our reinforcements. I don't think they're going to be necessary, to be honest. Oh, we've got a lot of great swords on the field now.
Onwards and Carmine. All will lose.
Start dropping down some stuff here, and while we have the chance, let's send some troops this way. Get the last of our reinforcements doing something.
High strength for the Empire! Strength of arms!
Pop off Bruckner's abilities. Toss down a spell on their leader.
I call doom upon them.
And let's advance our great swords in and our gunners up to the top of the wall. I'll throw Ulrika there. Then we're going to drop some reinforcements down on Bruckner's unit.
Shadows at my call.
Wow, our Demigryph Knights actually got torqued. Let's get them out of there. Well, we might have to replace that unit now.
Executioner of Nome!
Let us plant the Empire's banner.
Alright, it looks like the Manicore is about to flee. I think they've hit their limit on... Yep, there we go. They've broken. So let's just take the win. Lost a lot of Demigryph Knights, which sucks. I don't know if those are the Regiment of Renown... Yeah, the Regiment of Renowned Demigryph Knights. If they live through this, we'll wait a little bit to get them healed up. If not, we will go into a camp stance and get some Demigryph Knights up here. Because we need something for Bruckner to run around with. Most of what we lost was in the Demigryph Knights, which is unfortunate. But a pair of the rocket batteries is just outstanding. And it doesn't look like we lost
Raise
the
our
unit.
standards here.
Nope, they're just hurt, so we can deal with that. Lots of loot coming in. And Ulrika has hit level 40. She doesn't have Mentor, which is kinda unfortunate. It's fine.
Right, Archlector.
And Lebs' army. We have Hurtwig von Hall. Drop him another point and cleanse corruption.
Warrior of Sigmar.
Wulfric's army
What trickery is this?
is mostly basic
not.
infantry. The Monolith of Catan, though, has a bunch of...
Proud son of Athel Lauren.
He's going after the Festering Monolith.
Servant of the faith.
Throg is right there.
I will do anything for Sigmar.
Go back and defeat Throg, and then in so doing, that leaves us free from the rear, and we can let the Wood Elves go over and thrash Wulfric the Wanderer, or he could pop out of there and we could take the city, leaving them without an outpost to call home. We kind of want to divide and conquer right now for that. Get it done. Our artillery here and our gunners should be able to shoot down most of this army before it becomes a threat. I mean, the Marauder Horsemen are bad, the Mammoth is bad, Throg himself is no joke. But for their basic infantry, they got nothing. We can outshoot this army easily. So let's set up as if we mean to continue.
In the Emperor's name. In the name of Sigmar. Hailstone!
Alright, so where is the biggest concentration of stuff? Right there.
Sigmar's heirs!
So if we set up here, our long gunners behind, our Hellstorms there.
Ever faithful!
We'll put our Paladin. He's on horseback, isn't he? No, he is infantry, which is would explain why he's in the Empire, not out with
You act.
other Bretonnians.
Protector of the forest.
Set you boys all the way over there.
Knights.
Put our Reiksguard kind of in reserve.
Hellstorm rocket battery!
And
Select target!
put our guns there.
Eager for battle!
And Leb's right in the middle. We're going to have reinforcements in 2 minutes. Not ideal, but not bad either. And let's put skirmish on these guys.
Sigmar!
Trog is level 27,
Awaiting orders!
so he's the same level as
Reichsguard Knights!
Leb's is.
War! Ready for war! Reichsguard Knights! Reichsguard!
You guys definitely don't want to do a little dance in front of us.
It's an honor!
Amen. Very well.
Battle ready! Reichsguard Knights! For Heldenhammer! No lingering! Paladin of Britannia! Reichsguard Knights!
Alright guys, need you to start shooting again.
For Heldenhammer! Paladin of Britannia! Halberdiers! Soldiers of the Empire! For France! The Empire endures! Attack!
Our grenadiers are getting screwed up. Reinforcements from our territorial holdings.
Faith in the comet! Sons of Sigma! Attack!
Those warhounds got around behind us, which is not ideal.
Halberdiers! Knightly valor! For the king! I am your man! Ready for orders!
At least they're fighting our dwarven units, which is actually a pretty good thing for us. This is going to be a much closer fight than I anticipated.
My orders stand! War! For the Empire! For Heldenhammer! I'll ready the men! Sigma exultant! Sigma is with me!
Daughter of Athalloran!
What was that? Our Reichsguard went down? That's disappointing.
Charge!
Get back on your guns.
Paladin of Britannia! Hellstorm rocket battery!
Saw a big dip in their morale.
Get them! Sigma guides us!
Alright, Throg is actually... There we go. So that was a bit closer than I was expecting. Ended up being a Pyrrhic victory instead of a decisive, which, you know, fair. All of us can be silly at one point or another. Hopefully we push them into the sea, though. So that wipes out that enemy army.
I live to serve
Pop
the
here.
Emperor.
And we have no more cavalry in this. Would it be 10 turns till they're ready? So would it be quicker to just get regular Reichsguard? Get Demigryph Knights. Grab a couple units of those and call that done. 4 turns versus 10 is definitely a better option.
What orders?
Grab hold the line. We're gonna have a lot of people to level up anyway.
Protector of the weak.
And Roderick Languin is leveled up as well. Grab his point there.
To the provinces.
Cease.
It's not...
Uncontrollable.
That's Bellicor? Wow. Gore Queen really picked up a lot of them. What I think, though, we're not in a great position here to fight this out. Could.
Scum.
They don't have a lot of horsemen and
Ready.
gunning. We'll take the extra turn of attrition. We'll pop on the water We'll sail back to Karankar and regroup there. Fighting by himself over here is not really an option because there's all of the Chaos Legendary Lords kind of associating over there.
Of the Empire.
And Castellan is going for that point
We'll
as well.
fight.
Where would you land on that side? Right in the midst of the Dark Elves.
Colder than the Nordland fringes.
Seafaring was my brother's vocation.
If we do that, we can slip in here and just start messing with the Dark
You
Elves.
still live, Jacob.
Marshal the band.
And Vasily von Gorst, our counter to Maggot Lord. Of course, we got the Bear Cavalry. We get in here. Surefires. It's a bunch of knights. You know what? Let's get them the Stubborn Bulls units. I really like that cavalry. And then that'll give a bear and a bull on each flank.
All right.
Definitely got to go and start dealing with Ruin's End, though. We got to take it back and push on from there.
Master Engineer.
So Helborg here.
I choose only the
That was going to be our
best.
baseline. We were making him into a
Is this the correct ratio?
War Machine one, steam tanks. So can we get any steam tanks building in here, or does it have to be... No. So what we'll have to do is steam tanks with volley guns and steam tanks themselves. Get a pair of steam tanks on the go. Cost him 6 turns while he's waiting there. Boris himself, I think he's got everything that we need. What's his army look like right now? Alright, it's the motley crew of things. So let's grab the strength of hardship.
What?
Give Mars assault units.
Praise Sigma.
Eduardo Grebe. Think he's done with everything on his main line? Looks like he is. So let's grab the Celebrant. We might as well. It's been a while since we looked at that.
What does the Emperor bid?
Boris hasn't got the
Praise
ability to
Sigma.
move right now, but Cloud, we can give you Woundmaker, and we want to go in here, not in there. Grab the next level of Fervor.
Engineer.
Daniel Frankenwerter. Is everything there? Let's grab Spread Control.
Yes, my lord. I will marshal the men.
Mr. Nosbacher. Let's grab Hold the Line.
So,
It's going to take a turn of attrition. Yeah, what I think we're going to do, PC is just kind of a holding action in the west there. We'll swoop in, deal with all this. We'll deal with these armies. We'll let Franz go and take the Wither Fortress. We'll let the armies in here kind of do their thing. And then when the reinforcements get up from the south, we'll deal with them there. After we deal with the Warhost of the Apocalypse in this region, we'll head back west with all of these armies and really start taking it to the Dark Elves
can I
and
do?
the Gore Queen.
I agree.
Ricard the Scarred. Grab piercing shots for right now because we're going to need them. And we're not going to worry about upgrading any of these buildings. We expect to lose them over the next little bit. But we'll let the other nations go, see how it works out. See what trouble we get into. Vasily von Gorst versus the Maggot Lord. Oh, he came out to meet us. They're saying it's going to be a close victory. Hopefully we can turn that around. Vasily is not the same level as the Maggot Lord, Timur Khan, but we can deal with it this way. Hopefully a lot of artillery, Chaos Warriors. He's got a lot of infantry, so he's going to have to slug across the map to get to us. Yeah, it's basically all terrestrial bound units. So if we set up properly, we can draw them right into our gun line and right into the main line for all of our artillery. let the artillery do its job. Cannons aren't going to do much, but our Hellblaster volley guns will, and our mortars will. I think I finally got the names down right for those units. Try and get this done. He's got all the Nurgle heroes, which are kind of a pain in the butt, but deal with it as we go. Organ guns are the ones we're going to want to do a lot of the damage.
Great cannon! Ready! Great swords!
So we're going to set up our main line of infantry here.
Handgunners!
Hawkland long rifles there. Shoot out as far as they can. You're going to stick in the middle with your troops.
We await your orders.
Ready!
Get some bear cavalry on either flank.
The ground quakes.
And then we'll set up our artillery.
Pick targets! For the Emperor!
Right like that.
Battle awaits! To battle! Moving now!
Oh, the Soul Grinder can shoot. So he has some shooting.
Emperor's might.
Are our gunners not in a position where they can see?
Ready! Yes, General! For the Emperor! I command here!
Spells aren't helping us. Maggot Lord's level 15.
Attack! Ready! Prepare for combat!
Alright, we're gonna basically have to rely on these fights turning out. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. And we're gonna have to split up that bear cab. Get you to come in and deal with the Maggot Lord as well.
Organ Gunner!
Yes! Yeah! It is a reckoning! Ready for war! We await your orders! Yes! War!
For Heldenhammer.
Victory will be ours! Take position!
Alright, we're still holding on. If only just. Tamarkan himself is the one that's going to do most of the damage.
Awaiting orders! Attack! Handgunners! We serve the Emperor! Great swords! Understood!
We're losing a lot to the spells, which sucks, but
Warfare Riders! Moving! Kislevites moving! Kislev sends us forth! Ready to serve! Great swords!
We serve France.
Soul Grinder's almost out of ammo.
To battle! Find safety!
Organ Gunner!
Hit your targets!
Huh, I might actually lose this one. I didn't realize this hill was going to block so much line of sight.
Yes, sir! Quick march!
And I still have a nasty habit of setting up right at the front of the battle line. But you know, can't win them all. Eventually we'll have to come back and deal. And we did kill some of their units, so that will be something we can do. Not a lot of anti-monster. Take a valiant defeat. That should kick us back a little bit. Then we'll get some more knights on the next turn. And we almost killed off Ketzak. Really, it was that Soul Grinder that did a lot of damage to us. Depending on how much we lose, we might have to just rethink what we're doing with Vasily. Well, it looks like Vasily's still up. So we'll have to restock his army with state troops or whatever we can do to get him set just in case Tamarkand
Idiotic and
comes in
futile.
hard.
Both your
We're not giving you a trade agreement because soon we're going to be rolling through all of Araby and destroying
dark clouds gather.
your forces.
A
Can't join that war quite yet. A decisive victory. I know I'm being bad, but you gotta do it. Losing PC right now would be a very, very big deal. So that's my one caveat for the week. Alright, so we've got 9,000 coin that we can deal with. Everything in here is going to cost us basically that. So let's get Ambassador to the Dragon
new
Emperor.
knowledge is crucial for our elucidation.
Can we actually cancel that?
Those Drathjar must envy our invention.
Alright, so the Veil of Titans and Anvil Peak are open. So Boris Todbringer is going to go this direction. He's going to keep Cloud with him.
Praise Sigmar.
They'll take on the Veil of Titans next turn.
Do not waste my potential.
Gelt, we're going to level up your captain. Get Markahish.
I do not agree.
We're going to send you towards
Onwards.
Karak-Azor.
The
Volfmar,
instrument
you're
of
going to go
Sigmar's
right
will.
and take on Anvil Peak.
Master engineer. Sigmar guides us forth.
By Sigmar's right. To battle. No.
Elspeth von Draken.
Of course, Archaon did retreat.
So many ideas.
Rider of the Dragon in Carmine. The Scythe in
A Haggrave, Dark Elves. We can just do this solo. Might take a little bit more of a toll on our troops, but on the open field with our artillery and the fact that Elspeth is going to be going after all of the stuff that can hurt us really badly, we should be able to deal with it just fine. Kind of want to save as many troops as we can to deal with Archaon and his host. And this might be a good chance for Ulrika and Mr. Bruckner to get into some fighting. I don't know why I'm rolling so many letters today. It's just a thing that happens, I guess. What we should end up doing is swapping out a couple of these units of gunners for some more Demogryph Knights at some point, or more artillery, to be honest. This cannon's been great. But really, we need something else in there. I would like Hellblaster volley guns as opposed to that, or even organ guns from the dwarves. We'll see as we go.
Coalesce!
set up our great swords. Pretty decent coverage. Regular gunners going behind that rank.
Hand gunners!
And our Hawkland long rifles. Set up like that. Bruckner and Ulrika can go there.
Wizardess of Nuln.
Give me the word! Great
Set up our cannons here.
Hellstorm rocket
Hellstorm's
battery!
there. Him in the middle.
The Dark Lady of Nuln. I perceive amethyst vapors in the air. Let us ensure Shaiish blows in our favor.
We'll just get her to drop a vortex right in the middle of all their artillery.
Into the wind.
Or not. Our artillery kind of took care of it.
Shadows at my call.
Theodore Bruckner! Reapers hungry!
I thirst. Feel the cold hands of death.
And you can toss a spell down there.
Champion of the counter! My strength for the Empire!
Spiritor of Shaiish. Sigma wills it.
And it looks like a lot of their stuff is already gone. Like the Pit of Shades, I'm more and more impressed with that as it goes.
Mage of Death.
Let's use the Carmine Breath there.
Death stalks the battlefield!
The Graveyard Rose.
Under 2 minutes to end off the Dark Elf threat right there. Lost 19 troops. They were mostly great swords this time. And with her knocked out and destroyed, that leaves us a clear free shot in to take on Archaon on our next turn. I think the artillery-style Doomstack would be great swords for a front line, Hawkland long rifles in behind them, and Hellstorm rocket batteries just in general. The Amethyst ones especially if you're playing Elspeth.
Our
Take the
faith
unit replenishments.
reinvigorated. Elspeth.
And we're going to back her
von
up a little bit to
Drachen.
stay in range of her supporting troops. Ulrika gained another level. Should be working on Uncanny Range, and then we can get all a quiver for her as well.
I command here.
Bronze, we're going to get you to go
Yes,
and take the
to
Burning
unite the
Monolith,
provinces.
because you're going to be headed east after
What?
this. We wanted to use a lot of the state troops down south, but what else do we have available? We don't have much that direction. It's the Everlasting Light Knights of Moor. He doesn't have a lot of cavalry. Yeah, we'll save that for now.
I will marshal the men.
Marius Lightdorf is now in range of Tribe Slaughter.
I Sigma's right.
And because there's no lords here, let's just deal with it.
To the
Break up their
provinces.
control in this area. And PC, we're going to get you out on the water, so we can get you going back to Roach
Strengthen the
Caron Car.
Empire. To the provinces.
Let's get you Woundmaker for right now. Your Wizard. Think we have everything on that line? We have everything on that line. So let's just start getting scouting. Your Captain. Hold the line. Your Engineer. Can get Mentor. Good there.
Son of the Empire. Ill
His army
considered.
here is not the
Let's not,
greatest, and this might give Marcus Wolfheart a chance to actually do something useful in this area.
Land awaits us, hunters.
So this episode might go a little bit long this
Engage
week, but we gotta
targets.
do this, because, yeah, this is a prime opportunity for us. Taking on a Black Ark. I haven't done a Black Ark fight since they added the new Seaborn maps in yet, and I very rarely fight with Marcus, so we'll see how it works out. Shouldn't be any too different than normal, but the map looks a little crazy. So we'll see how our Hawkland long rifles, our archers, and our knights get along. Pistoliers and outriders, especially the ones with grenade launchers, might be doing the heavy lifting on this one. But killing this Black Ark will reduce the Druki's ability to fight in this area for a little bit. Until they do another right to get it out, which is a lot of slaves and everything. We've been hitting them hard everywhere else.
All right. As ordered. Done. Accord.
That's right before the gates of the Black Ark. It looks like they're set up over here.
Spearman.
The archers here, because they don't need direct line of sight, and the Hawkland long rifles here. Our knights are going to pull up the left flank.
Outriders.
Outriders with grenade launchers there, and the pistoliers here.
For Heldenhammer.
And we're going to pause it real quick right off the bat. And get everybody in position to go up this direction. Knights, we're actually going to get to swing around here. Advance them up. Might as well turn the skirmish on both of them.
Ready to serve. To battle.
Admiral Uriel. He's got Dread Spears, he's got Dark... The Dark Rider is what I want to eliminate. There's a few Dark Riders down.
Outriders. By Ulrich's wrath. Yes, General. By
Our Empire Knights should be more than a match for your Dark Riders.
To battle! Charge! Taking position!
And we'll take the pot shot Wolfheart.
The Empire is yours! Spearman! Charge! Our steeds are restless! Sigmar guides us! We obey! Take the ground!
Those Dark Riders are being dealt with.
For the Emperor! Fire! Fire!
Let's see if we can get those all set up. Grenade launchers are doing pretty good work over there.
Past the foe! Ready to serve! For France! Sigma! Preservers!
Pretty effective use of their battlefield abilities from Black Ark itself. This might not be a clean victory, but it will be a victory.
To combat!
Might lose the Empire Knights, but I'm okay with that, to be honest.
Yes, sir, quickly!
Have you guys finished off those Dark Riders yet?
Formation march! Shield of fate! Pistoliers!
Come on, Pistoliers, just deal with them. They're right in your line of sight. You can just pop them with your pistols.
Quick march! Now! Ready! We serve the Emperor! We await your orders!
Yeah, Marcus Wolfhart's
Withdraw!
army is taking a beating.
We await your orders!
Honestly, I don't know why I'm being so terrible this week, but it is what it is.
For Heldenhammer! Fire! Sigmar calls! Quicker! We're Sigma's heirs! Withdraw! For Heldenhammer! Take the ground!
Get him into the thick of this. I want him into the thickest unit and drop his bombardment.
Now! To combat! Spearman!
Yeah, Pyrrhic victory is still a victory, and this will eliminate a black arc. So,
Going! Faster! Moving fast!
alright, Crane, get up. Looks like it went down.
Missile troops! Pistoliers!
And get our
For Heldenhammer!
Hawkland long rifles.
Take aim! Fire! Fire!
Send an unbelievable amount of fire at the Admiral. Might as well speed it up at this point because there's only one target left. We're going to be shooting at him. Shame that a piece of Ulthuan like this is going to be destroyed just for lulz, essentially. I don't know if Corinne managed to survive that or not. I know our Grenadiers did some amazing amounts of damage. Every other unit still has a little bit of a green tick to it, so it should be okay.
Fight for the good!
It looks like Corinne died, so we'll have to give Marcus some extra help later on.
Huntsman of the Empire. Unflinching.
This will just be a auto-resolve one, because
To
there's
the
no actual
fray!
lord in there.
Redeem yourselves and join us!
No greater marksman.
Alright, just gotta wrap up the last of our troop situation. Merge those, merge what we can to get more fresh troops in here.
I will marshal the men. What does the Emperor bid?
And grab all that we can here.
I am a warlord, not a
And I'm not going to
gentleman.
risk it this time, since we had to do... Ooh, it's actually a valiant defeat. Huh. So I guess Vasili's going to go back and recover for now,
Yes, my lord.
even with all those Empire State troops. It's not going to do much. Alright, let's grab the last of the leveling up that we got to do for this turn.
Right, I'll tank
George
her.
Drementfh.
Pieds and belts!
Building upgrades, and that's gonna do it for this week, guys. If you liked the video, please consider hitting that like button. If you'd like to join up with the 232, join me in this or other Let's Plays, just hit that subscribe button, and make sure you turn your notifications on so you don't miss when a new video goes out. And be sure to drop a comment down below so that I know who wants to get involved in this. It just makes my life a lot easier. And remember, life is a game, so play to win, and until next time, take care.